My name is Joseph Ashitei Hammond.
How old were you back then before you entered the military, and how did you even get into the
I
military?
was just 18 years old when I joined the army, 1943. 1943.
How did you get access to the military? How did you get it?
Well, during my school days in the senior school, Presbyterian Senior School, I have this thing for the army. The passion in me was so strong that any time that I conclude my education, I'll join the army. I concluded in 1942. So 1943, I joined the army.
And
After my training, then the police headquarters was then our army camp. This present police headquarters was our camp. After I concluded my training at the police headquarters, I was sent to 3rd Advanced Base Workshops, Takoradi, and Major Brunner was our OC, officer commanding. Then 2IC, Captain Shipling, Lieutenant Booth, Lieutenant Richardson, and Lieutenant Day. Unfortunately, the general headquarters brought an order that who has not gone through the military training, technical training, must not drive the officers. So I was selected to drive the officers. So I was driving the officers during my stay with them, 1943.
I understand that did you also partake in the World War II?
Precisely.
Tell-
I went from the war. 10 of us were drafted from the unit to go to the war. I know all their names, Ibiokan, Granton, Amonu, Trensil, and then Anoba, then Anefi, A.B. Mensa, Nunu, and then Lomoti. All these 10 people, we were drafted to go to the war.
Tell me, when you were told that you were going for this war, tell me how you and the other 9 people, how are you feeling?
Actually, from the inception, I was not afraid at all until we boarded the ship, HMS Acacia, through Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is lengthy. And from Sierra Leone, the 3rd day, we saw a lot of ships, but we went there alone, HMS Acacia. 21 ships we started from Sierra Leone. And we had 3 warships on the left, on the right. We continued our journey until we reached Gibraltar. Gibraltar, we stayed there for a couple of days. Then we entered into the Mediterranean Sea. But the 21 ships, 20 left. I don't know where they went during the night. But the following day, we alone entered to the Mediterranean Sea. We sailed until we reached Port Said in Egypt. For Said, we spent 2 days there. Then we entered the Suez Canal. Port Suez, from Port Said to Port Suez, 100 miles. There, we stopped, the ship stopped, and we all alighted on the, from the ship. Another carrier ferried us to the seaside. And we engaged in all sorts of sports, you see. And after this 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock from morning, then 4 o'clock, we went back to our ship. Landing craft took us, to the sea, to the ship. We started our sailing again through the Mediterranean, or through the Suez Canal. Then we entered to the Red Sea. Then from there, we continued to Port Aden. Now it's Yemen. They are fighting there now. Then later on, we entered into the Indian Ocean for 5 days. 4 days, 5th day, we arrived in Bombay, in India. In India, the next day, we saw one man came, very huge man, 6'5", with hairs all over the body. Brigadier W. Weston. Not knowing that this man who came to welcome us, encouraged us, spoke with us, during the war, he was our commander, brigade commander in Burma. Then I saw 12 ambulances driven by women Indian military girls, 12, to evacuate our sick people from on board our ship. We left them. 6 o'clock, we had our breakfast, 6 o'clock, we all boarded the train. We started from morning. That was the first time I passed through a tunnel. Then after we left the tunnel, we continued. The whole day, 8 o'clock in the night, then we stopped. Not doing that, it was then 5 miles to Pune City. From the Pune City, we started walking. From then, the train station, it was pitch dark, and there were guides because we were newly arrived people. If you miss your distance, the troops leave you, you'll get lost. Nobody will see you again because we were new people. Now, we walked for a couple of miles. When we arrived at the camp, somebody started shouting, "Where are the Gold Coast people? Where?" We said, we are all here. Not knowing that they were our instructors, Sergeant Okan and Corporal Okoli. They took us through all the military, the war training. Normally, later on, we realized, we were told that some of the troops too were within the vicinity. Nigerian troops, Gambian troops, Sierra Leone troops. Normally, they all come, we play football, then they train us, the war training, all together. We were trained there, but any time that we were being trained, you see an ambulance standing. Whoever dies, many people die there during the training. Almost about 10, I know. The ambulance took them. When you are seriously wounded, they will treat you at the hospital. But when you are dead, they will send you to the cemetery. Until we concluded our training, we went to another training. Those days, it was part of India. Now it's Bangladesh. Chittagong, some of them were trained there. I was trained in Khulna. You see, Khulna, few miles from Chittagong. After our training, then you cross Chiringa. So actually, we crossed Chiringa there. We engaged the Japanese. Part of our troops, we fought in different sectors. You see, different sectors. It was very broad terrain. Some fought here, some fought here, some fought here. And Akia, the signal regiment, fought at the coastal line. And the brigade commander, the one I told you, came to welcome us at Bombay. He became our brigade commander, Brigadier A.W. Weston. Then they went to Akia through Cox's Bazar. Then they went to another town called Akia. They marched, they continued almost 3 weeks. Then they saw the Japanese. They started fighting there. But we were at another sector. We passed through from Butidon, then we went to Pakoku. Pakoku is near Arawade River, one big town there. We chased the Japanese. They were fighting. We were fighting them. They realized that if they waited, they crossed, we will overcome them. We will massacre all of them. So they changed their plans, started going southward. We chased them. We continued the fighting, and it was terrible. It was terrible. Terrible, because the Japanese were ferocious fighters. You know, they have indoctrinated them from their childhood. When you die in war, you have disgraced your family. Anytime a Japanese is captured, your family will disown you. They say you are useless, you have disgraced the family. But when you die, it's an honor to the family, as the Chinese. So they were ferocious fighters. We fought them, and when we reached Mabu, we crossed the river. During the crossing, we crossed in rubber dinghy. 6, and one group made a mistake. They realized that where they were paddling, when you paddle like this and land at the other side. But they delayed. So they realized they were drifting to enemy territory. And when the enemy, they capture you as a prisoner, if your mother don't burn you at all, it will be better. So they realized that. So they started paddling quickly. Then their rubber dinghy capsized. The 6 of them washed the river, took all of them. We were joining there. It was war. What could we do? Even one of them is from this town, Osu, here, that we knew each other. I was in the same unit with him. They died. We continued the fighting. From there, Mabu, then we continue until we reach Kindongi. Kindongi, for some time later on, this is my eye. It started protruding, coming out. Not knowing that the Army medical officer, Lieutenant Crockett, told me at the 40th General Hospital in Pune that it was contaminated blood. Somebody was wounded and I held him. Might be the blood, my hand. No handkerchief. So the place too was hot. During the afternoon fighting, my hand touched my face. So the disease. And the disease first discharged. It's called palytitis and choroiditis. The disease that with my eye, to come out from the socket like this, coming out my eye. So I was flown by Papa plane, small plane, only 3 or 4 people. So it took us with other wounded people, myself and them. They flew us to India, Madras, 35 General Hospital. We have 37 here. They have 35 General Hospital there. I was admitted. But there was no well-equipped eye section. So ambulance took all of us, together with some wounded people. Kola, Vela, Bangalore, Kolhapur, and then in addition, how do you call it? Pune City. Pune, from Pune, 10 miles away, very huge hospital. Huge hospital. During 1944, as I'm telling you now, they had 6 operation theaters, 44. The whites, blacks, Indians, all. And the commanding officer of the 40th General Hospital, military hospital called Hollingsworth. You see, Colonel Hollingsworth. I was there until they discharged me, but I didn't go. I was there. And then later on, some of my troops too came wounded from the war. They told me that our brigade commander, Weston, E.W. Weston, was severely wounded. A bomb fell and he had shattered all his ears. And he didn't die, but he was seriously wounded, all he had shattered. Then I was there until we went with HMS Acacia ship. But on our way back, HMS Royce, 1945. So I spent a couple of years, 2 years, during the war there. Then 45, we arrived in Gold Coast, 1945, December 28.
When you finally got...
we brought the green battle dress that these soldiers wear. We brought it first. Green battle dress was given. We wore khaki during going, but they gave us the green battle dress. So camouflage, yes, you know, I'm black. And if I wear the green battle dress and the leaves, the jungle, when I sit like this, you pass, you won't see me. It covered us. So we were the first, 1945, to bring the green battle dress to the Gold Coast. When we arrived, by then governor, who was in charge of Gold Coast, Governor Alan Benz, he came to welcome us at the Arakan Barracks, where the electricity is Kakrade now. And that was our camp. So he came and welcomed us. When he reached me, I was so young, so he patted my chest, said, "Hello, my son, you went to the war, you have done well, congratulations." I shook hands with him. Me shaking hands with governor of the whole Gold Coast, it was wonderful. Who are you to shake hands with the governor? I shook hands with him. After that, we were discharged, 1946, early, January. Then we went. It's a long thing.
I just want to find out, how old were you when you went for the World War?
World War?
Yeah.
I was 18.
You were 18?
Yes.
When you were going, did you ever have in mind that you would really return? You would make it alive and come back?
It's a thing that if anybody tells you, he believed he will come back. I believe in Jesus Christ a lot. I saw a lot of people dead people with talismans and all this juju. You see, a Christian, so I believe too much in Jesus. So whenever I see the people with talismans and all that, say, Jesus, I'm in your hands. That's all. I kept moving, you see. So nobody can say for sure that I'll come back. Because during our fighting, 81st Division went first into fight. 6 months, they came back. On the way coming, you know, footpath in the bush. When coming, the footpath, we were going in to fight. They had completed their fighting, coming to rest for 6 months. 6 months. You saw, oh, it's terrible. You saw them with bandages and some clutches, holding sticks, wounded people. And we asked them, how is it? Those that they speak down, they say, hey, Charlie, you speak down. You can bring me why, just one Charlie. No, me and my man, this way. You don't speak down. That time, these people were coming to rest. We also were going. Oh, it was a terrible thing. Terrible.
So you went as 18 years. How long did this war last?
Actually, all the war started 39, September 12 to 1945. You see, after May, going to June, July, the war ended. Because the Americans threw atomic bomb against the Japanese. Even that one, later on, some of the Japanese didn't want to, they didn't want to surrender. But they left some of our troops to stop them.
I was asking her, so you went as 18 years. When you came back, how old were you?
When I came back, I was just 18. I was 21. 23.
So you were away for like 4 years?
23. Yes, because...
5 years?
Yes.
You were away for 5 years. And what were your parents? You were not hearing from them?
No,
nothing?
They used to write to me. But my sister died during my absence. They wrote to me and I asked them not to write death. Because myself, I was a dead goat. I could die anytime. So nobody should write me about home, about death matter. So they ceased writing to me about death matters.
When you finally came back to Gold Coast back then, when you saw your parents or when they saw your family members?
They were extremely happy. My mother especially. She wept because of happiness to see me. I was young. There was no wife. So all my allotment, the money, they said they wanted to keep at the bank. I said, no, they should give all to my mother. When I die, it's okay. So all my mother enjoyed all these years. When I was in the army, my mother was taking my money. So when I came, she embraced me and said, oh, I thank God. Anytime I went to receive the money, I would pray. She told me she prays all the night. Because, the lotteries. This is our lottery. Yeah. Lotteries department. That was where people received their money. So my mother said, anytime she will go, you see, the people, the moment you're holding green card, when you go over to collect your money, you give them the green card, and give you red card, it means your son is dead. It's dead. The moment the person died, they will communicate with Gold Coast, where they pay the money. And then when your mother comes, they'll give you the card, red card. So people, the place turned to cemetery. During the payday, people weeping, train down, the mothers, you see, it means when they give you the red card, it means your son is killed, is dead.
So how many of you left and how many of you came back, the numbers?
You cannot tell precisely because when we came back, only you get that in military records. Okay. Because everybody for himself. We were thinking how to come home quickly because we have suffered too much. We call it so. What I've seen as I'm sitting before you, if you know. Recently, last year I was sent to Britain to represent the whole veterans, all the veterans here. I received the Queen's Award. And President Rawlings was the Queen, and the British High Commissioner asked him to fly to Britain to give the award to me. I have it on my phone here. Oh.
Tell me about, I see that there are the 4 different ranks. Tell me about the ranks.
The first one is Bomber Star. Then this one, Defense. We defended the British Empire and the Gold Coast. Then this one, 1939, when they started the war, to 45, 6 years. Then this one, War Medal. It means you have been to the war.
Yeah. So you're telling me about how proud you were, how proud you are of yourself, if you look back now.
Whoever sees it, they understand military discipline. They have great respect for me. Even all the ministers sitting here, you see the man sitting by my side during the luncheon. Yeah. He was the defense minister for Britain, for England. So he knows, and he was also a pilot in the army. He was a wing commander. That means he was a, colonel in the army. He also, so he knows what I have done for the British Empire. And you know one thing, there is last year, this year, something happened. You know, when I went to Britain, they interviewed me with some Indians. You know, Britain, they colonized so many people, not knowing that all the states, the countries that were their colonies, 31. And when I went there, they interviewed me. They interviewed some Indians and other African states, from African states. And my speech that I gave and sought, help from them, the whole interview, they picked my own. You see, so they feel proud. Whoever sees me, they know. All the military men, you see, they have been making so. They have been everybody. I also salute them. I took pictures with the first lady, the Brigadier General. You see, the woman. She was so proud. When she saw the medal, she took the picture.
How old are you now?
94.
94. You've come a long way.
Long way. 94 years. You mean one? Nothing to me what I've passed through, if I tell you. Sometimes you see, when I sit occasionally, it's like a video. No, it comes before me, or like a screen, fighting. God is wonderful. You see, your retentive memory, your mind, is printed there. It will not leave you until you die. It's like a distant picture. You see, sometimes when I sit quietly in my hall, sitting room, I see the fighting, crossing river, people dying, the artillery, shelling our positions, bigging, and then at the same time, the enemy dropping bombs, the whole ground shaking, like this. And we were in our trenches. If you lie, on the bare ground, snipers used to, the Japanese in the trees, will see you and shoot you. So the moment the war subsided a bit, we started drinking, digging our, we had, cutlasses, heavy ones. We dig the ground, everybody, to stay inside. When it's raining, inside the rain, everything, you just sit there with your, we call it cape, our rubber, this thing, rubber using. Then we cover our heads like this. Then we sit inside until. And occasionally, you have to raise your head because the enemy, they pass through the rain. And you'll be there, they will cut your head.
I want you to just tell me, what was that one moment that you came very close to death that escaped you?
You have asked me a very good question. It's good that I should mention this. We had a gun called brain gun. This brain gun, the legs like this. And when people start shooting, it's called kuku, 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 kuku. As for you, Bobali, kuku, 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 kuku. Once it's making kuku, people follow, human beings. The Japanese used to rush, many of them, and if we don't kill them quickly, they overrun our positions. So these brain gunners, the one brain gunner called Asabre, the other one Ablai from Sandema at the north, the other one from Kokokwa Sand. These two young men, they were slightly senior to me. When I was about 18, these people were about 23 or 24. What? They shoot. You see people going down, the Japanese, because they were determined to run our position. When they run, you are inside, they will kill you. So we had to stop them. I remember there was a time our Captain Hewitt, our number 3 in command, he gave, fix your bayonets. When they say fix your bayonet, you know the gun. There's a place they put the knife there. Now we will fight close combat. When you come near me, I and you, your stomach, wherever, when you die even, the butt of the gun, we have been trained so much so that we know how to fight close combat. The back of the gun, make it, bah! When he hits here, you will fall. When you fall, then you kill him. One thing is, if you don't kill, you will be killed. Finish. So only we knew how to kill. But when we were coming home, finally, they assembled all of us, and the commander said, your general said, now you have been taught how to kill people, and you have done it. You have conquered the Japanese. We are victorious over these people. But let me tell you, now you are going to civil life. You have been taught to kill. But when you kill, you'll be tried and hanged. Civil life is different. So if somebody starts annoying you, so I don't get annoyed. If somebody annoys you, count about 5, 6 in your head. When he was annoying you, because when the thing comes, you feel the urge to kill. It comes on me like that. So I don't get annoyed at all.
You count 1 to 6?
Yeah, in your head. When he was getting you annoyed, you have to count 1 in your head, 1, to stop the person. Because when he continues, it will generate you, and then the killing instinct comes into you. If you don't take care, you go and kill the person.
For somebody like me, I can't even kill a fowl. How?
Because of my experience now, I don't kill even a fowl. During Sergeant Jetti's, I was standing, you have heard about him. I was standing 7 feet. I'm the only one alive now. Sergeant Jetti group. I'm the only one that survived. I'm alive now. Everybody, even President Kufuor, don't know it. British High Commissioner, they know it. That's why they were telling me, how for you have made history. As long as Ghana is on the map of the world, your name is always there.
Do you think that you have been appreciated enough?
The British High Commissioner, they all respect me. You see, I help with them.
I was just going to ask you whether you think that you and your colleagues have been appreciated enough, even with the veterans that sat here. Do you think that, Ghana as a country, we have paid our respects to you, or have we treated you with dignity?
No. Ghana does not, honor her heroes. Look, when we were in India, the Indians too, 1945, 43, 44, they were fighting for their independence. But 47, when they obtained their independence, Jawaharlal Nehru, their prime minister, honored all their heroes. They honored them. They know the meaning of it. But Ghana, they don't give us help. When we met here, it is the British that are helping us.
You are good with the countries. So I'm going to quiz you on just 10 countries and you tell me their capital.
Okay.
Is that okay? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So let me start. Let's go to India.
India, New Delhi.
Indonesia.
Jakarta.
Bangladesh.
Dhaka.
Philippines.
Manila.
Vietnam.
Hanoi. Myanmar. Yangon. Iraq. Baghdad.
Poland.
Warsaw.
Uzbekistan.
Tashkent.
Let me see. Sri Lanka.
Sri Lanka, Colombo,
Romania.
Romania, Bucharest,
My favorite one. Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan, Astana,
And Luxembourg.
Luxembourg.
Yes.
It's Luxembourg.
And Ghana.
Accra.